2, and 1. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Above Average, where we have the most above average content on all of YouTube. I hope you guys are all having a great day wherever you are watching this. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. We talk sports, we talk everything sports. We're talking CFL, NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB. We're talking Olympics, MLS, you name it, UFC. We cover it all here, and we'd love to have you on board. It's been a fun little go here, and I don't know what I'm kind of rambling. Oh my gosh, I'm rambling a little too much. Wait, I'm cutting it. So if you like sports, this is the place for you. Hit that red button and subscribe today. Right on. But yeah, we kind of got a lot to talk about today. It's just going to do some recap. It's pretty much just going to be hockey, some NHL, and some NBA. Without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So this is pretty interesting. This is kind of just starting to make the headlines as of like a few days ago. Gabriel Landeskog from the Colorado Avalanche, the captain of the Avalanche, the second youngest captain in NHL history, only behind Connor McDavid, of course. Anyway, apparently him and Colorado are not doing too good. There's chances where he might, go into free agency, and he might go to another team. Apparently the contract negotiations are pretty far off. It's pretty interesting to hear that. I heard that he got offered a 4-year deal, 5-year deal, and an 8-year deal, and the 8-year deal was like a little bit more than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' current deal that he just signed. So that was pretty interesting. Obviously, Gabriel Landeskog, he's a stud, right? He's a Swedish stud, of course he is. He does deserve, it sucks. It's a tough dynamic because you look at the other players on that team, like Nathan MacKinnon, for example. He's only getting paid $6.3 million. Like, that's, that's not really a lot. He could be one of the highest paid NHL players, but he isn't. So realistically, I mean, he shouldn't sign more than MacKinnon, but he probably, that's what it sounds like it's going to happen. So I don't know. The Avs are kind of they're not really in a cap crunch. They got $26 million to spend this summer, but you still got to sign the likes of Cale Makar, good old Alberta boy, and, Saad for even that matter, and Grubauer as well. So, and then Landeskog, of course. So it's interesting. I honestly don't know where this goes. I could see them making like a little bridge deal. I think that would probably be the best thing because I don't think they're going to go long term. I don't know. What do I know though? I could see them maybe doing like a 2x7, 2 years 7. I don't know. I think that's kind of fair, but it's a tough. There's a reason why I'm not a general manager and I'm just at a desk in my parents' basement. But that's my thoughts. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening. There's reports. I've seen like speculations of where he might be going, and it's just absurd. Like, of course, Toronto's in the mix because whatever freaking free agent. If it was Sidney Crosby being on free agent, of course Toronto would be in the mix. It's like the most ludicrous thing. I don't hate the Maple Leafs. I hate the Toronto media. They ruin it for that team. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, even last summer when apparently they were in the talks, or they were in like the sweepstakes for Pietrangelo, and like Kyle Dubas came out saying no, like we were never even close. Like, that's way too much. And like literally every free agent I've seen this year, like the Maple Leafs have been linked to it. Of course they have, right? It's just that's like the most irritating thing. I kind of got sidetracked there, but no, there's no way he's gonna go like to Toronto. Like, they don't have the money to sign even Hyman. Like, they're not gonna sign Landeskog, but that's besides the point. I seen New York Islanders in the mix. I also seen apparently the Edmonton Oilers are in the mix, but that would be interesting to see Nuge and Landeskog reunited. They were both drafted 1 and 2 back in 2011. But so it'll be interesting to see how that we'll see what happens. Do I think he stays with the Avs? Yes. I can't see him going anywhere else personally, but I've been wrong before, and that's the thing. We all have our own opinions, but usually I'm right. Just joking. No, I'm usually wrong more of the time than not. But so that'll be interesting to see. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Let me know your thoughts on that trade. Sorry. What you think's going to happen. I'd love to hear it. It'll be interesting, but is he staying? Is he going? I think he's staying. They're going to figure something out. Even though, it sounds like they're not even close, I'm sure they work something out. And if they don't, I don't know, where would you like to see them? Let me know. Excuse me. I just ate. Let me know in the comments below. Right on. So we're going to shift gears quickly. We're going to talk about some NBA. So we're talking the Bucks, the Suns. Only 2 teams remaining in the NBA Finals. Wow, it's been quite a series. I know they play tomorrow. Last game, the Bucks have won, and they won the last 2, and we got a series. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty surprised. When the Suns came out winning the first 2 games, I'm like, yep, this is kind of what I expected. But they don't say, or what they say, don't fret until you lose on home ice. Then it's time to worry, or something like that. I don't know, but home ice at home, just in general. But they didn't, and they came out. Giannis and Chris Middleton, they're hungry. They obviously want to win, and they're making a series out of it, which is obviously like the best thing you could have. That is sick. It's awesome. So they play tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Who you think's gonna win? I'm cheering for the Suns, baby. They have to win. CP3 all the way. What needs to happen? Devin Booker kind of popped off last game with a 41-point performance, which, good for him, but, they needed, Chris Paul wasn't himself last game, you could tell. He gave the ball away late in the 4th and pretty well sealed the deal. So, CP3, the best leader in NBA history, they say he needs to be better, and I expect him to be better. So, that's all I got on I'm just messing up so much. That's all I got on basketball. Anyway, we're going back to hockey. Just let me sit first. So we're just finish up this episode. Essentially, just going to be talking about little things that have happened around the NHL. But there's been a lot going on, so it's exciting. Being an Oilers fan, obviously, I've experienced long, very, very long off seasons before, and it's there's a reason why I like them so much, is because usually there's a lot going on, and which is embarrassing to say that because I'd rather be cheering for my team in the playoffs, but whatever. That's a story for another time. Anyway, Shea Weber. This is huge. Probably one of the best. I wouldn't say he's at least top 10 defenseman, during my era of all time, maybe even top 5. He won golds in Vancouver, where me and Brady were there. Good old Brady. How's it going, Brady? Miss you. And he also won it in Sochi. And he's facing potentially career-ending injuries. This is sad. You never want to see this when it comes to a player, especially like Shea Weber. The resume that he has. Obviously, he was so close to winning the Cup this year. They couldn't quite get it, which is too bad. I was rooting for him. Wasn't really rooting for the Canadians, but I was rooting for Price and Weber for sure. That sucks. You never like seeing that. And I'm kind of, as some of you may know, I'm an Oilers fan, so there's some speculation Oscar Klefbom won't be back, which sucks because Clef is a stud. I like Klefbom, and anytime you hear that, who was it? Just a few. Derek Dorsett, does that sound right? Yeah, I think it was Derek Dorsett. He had to retire from injuries just maybe 2 years back, playing for Vancouver. Maybe it was 3 years ago, and I think it was Dorsett. So that sucks. You never want to see that. So here's hoping things look good. Hopefully, time will tell. The chances of him playing next season, regardless, are very, very slim. So regardless if he plays next year or not, then we'll be able. Next year is a no-go. So time will only tell from after that. But anyway, Shea, get better. Anyway. Stars Ben Bishop agrees to waive no movement clause for expansion draft. This is interesting. I think, if I'm Seattle Kraken, I don't know what other really tenders I'd want. Time will only tell, who's protected or not. But if Ben Bishop is, he's out there and obviously he's the one that's definitely the most attracting, I think. Attracting. It's the most attracting. I think that's a word, attractive. Anyway, it looks attractive. You obviously want Ben Bishop. Big Ben. What a stud. I love him on the Oilers. I know he was riddled with injuries. He didn't play at all this last season. So, it would be cool to see him with the Seattle Kraken. I could see him repping the blue and mint, whatever colors they got going on there. They haven't revealed that yet. But But yeah, I could totally see Ben Bishop going there. Unless another goalie, a cheaper goalie, goes unprotected, then there's a good chance. So there's so many question marks right now. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Anyway, I'm talking a little too quick. Okay. We're staying in hockey. We're going down a little more south though. Anthony Duclair, former World Juniors champion. And what year was that? I think that was 2015. One of the greatest teams of all time. Not really, but they were up there with Max Domi, Nurse, and of course McDavid. So he just signed a 3-year, $3 million contract with the Florida Panthers. This is a good contract. I think that's fair. He's had some tendencies with coaches. We all know that he didn't really gel too well with Tortorella. Well, but who does? That's kind of become a theme, especially the last year with Laine and Dubois. They all had run-ins with them. So Anthony Duclair gets a 3-year, $3 million contract. So good for him. He deserves that. I have liked Duclair for quite some time, ever since I seen him in the World Juniors that year. I think it was 2015. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's a good guy. He works hard. Apparently Tort says he's not good on the defensive end, but Tort says that about everyone. So I wouldn't take it to heart. And he went down to Sunshine, Florida, and he inked himself a 3-year contract. So good for you, Anthony Duclair. Round of applause. Round of applause, everyone. That'll be. Right on. So we're moving down. Also with the Panthers, Keith Yandle, one of the. I think the NHL's got this little stupid award thing that they've done over the last 2 years. I've noticed it, best GIF award, who's the funniest player award, and apparently he's up there. He's good buddies with Ryan Whitney and Paul Bissonnette on Spit and Chicklets, and he's pretty funny. So it's interesting. Keith Yandle. I like him. I think, he's got obviously he's got the Iron Man streak. He holds that right now for most consecutive games played. I might have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it is him. If only the Oilers waited maybe till Friday. I think that would have been perfect. Why not have Keith Yandle, a good veteran guy? He can still obviously chip in the puck every now and then, but we still gotta live with that. Anyway. I seen some comments, some people calling me dumb and whatnot for what I was saying, but I think that's funny. I like having comments. We're finally getting comments on the channel. Let's go. Let's keep it up, boys. Because I know there's no girls that watch this really, but maybe one or two. So Keith Yandle bought out. Where could I see him going? Honestly, there's going to be 31 other teams in the league. Pretty well any other team that needs a veteran defenseman who can handle maybe 20-ish minutes a night. If the Oilers didn't sign Keith, honestly, that would have been perfect for us. I don't know. There's so many places I could see him going. He's going to get a cheap contract, probably no more than $2 million. And I'd be surprised if that, because I'm pretty sure they were threatening to scratch him for a few games this year. They ended up not doing it, but thank God, because he's a stud. But so that's that. Let me know where you think he's going to go. Would you like him on your team? Maybe not, maybe. Let me know. Next up on tap, the Colorado Avalanche made a trade last night. Ryan Graves to New Jersey Devils, for Mikhail Maltsev. Did I say that correctly? And 2021 second round pick. I think it's Mikhail Maltsev. Mikhail Maltsev. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I know my hockey. That's definitely the sport I'm most interested in, and basketball. I've definitely it's grown on me like a
tumor. Not a tumor at all.
in the last 3 to 4 years. But hockey's been my life, and I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard of this guy. So sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I guess I should have done my research on how to say that. But you know what? Don Cherry was on the air for calling Kevin Biesca, and it's so many other PK Subban and all those stupid names. So I can say one little mistake here. So because of this guy, Donald S. Cherry, we miss you, Grapes. Anyway, so I honestly should have done research on this guy, but as I'm looking at this, Ryan Graves, I know he's a stud. He's a good old Canadian boy. I like him a lot. I think he brings a lot. New Jersey, they kind of need a guy like him. I think it's a win-win kind of trade, but I know for a fact the New Jersey Devils are getting a good solid return. I'm not quite sure on what Avalanche are getting, well, they're getting a second round pick. So, I mean, you know, there might be a diamond in the rough there. But this Mikhail Maltsev guy, maybe I'll do some research on him and, yeah, let you know. But, yeah, as far as it sees, I mean, this trade looks like it's pretty even. I'd even argue, like, that Ryan Graves is probably worth around a second round pick, maybe a first round. No, probably not a first round. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty fair trade for both teams. So, good on you guys. That's what I like to see. Fair trades both ways. And something I'm never a part of. Anyway, that's besides the point. You can see I'm still a little salty about that. Some damn good coffee. Anyway, next up on tap. This is we got 2 more things we're talking about in this episode, so buckle up because here we go. Okay, so Vladimir Guerrero Jr., we're talking a little bit of MLB as well, named the 2021 MLB All-Star MVP. What can I say? I mean, he's pretty well doing it all this year. He's not going to win the MVP, but that's definitely going to Ohtani. To who? Showtime Ohtani. Yeah. Although he didn't do really good in the home run derby, but that's besides the point. He was, I think he was the youngest, Vladdy, that is the youngest named All-Star MVP ever, which is great, you know, especially because he plays for the Blue Jays. Yeah, so nothing but great things to say about them. They play in like a little T-minus 2 hours. I think they're playing the Rays today, so I'm gonna watch that while I'm editing this video for you guys. So yeah, but yeah, it was fun to watch. I don't know. The only real like all-star game I'm really into these days is probably the NBA. I think that's fair for most people. Like they actually try, and it's nice to see that. And like the NHL, I don't know. They need to mix it up. I haven't enjoyed like I haven't literally enjoyed an NHL All-Star event since I was like 10. Like it's been so long. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they need to switch it up. So, I mean, this one, you know, it's a little bit different. It was pretty fun to watch, but you know, NBA's definitely got it down pat, and like, yeah, I kind of am jealous of that because NHL sucks. They're so far behind. It's just all fun. No one really cares. No one really is trying, like, unless you're like a try hard. But yeah, no, that's that. But anyway, so good on you, Vladdy. Last thing we're talking about today, just quickly. Someone's hanging up the skates. They're hanging them up. That would be Pekka Rinne. He announced it yesterday. Pekka Rinne, probably one of the best goalies of the last, you know, decade, I'd say, arguably. You know, he won a Vezina a few years back. He was always just solid numbers. Like he was a stud. I remember every time the Oilers, like obviously the Oilers are in the Western Division, same with the Western Conference, and same with Nashville. And yeah, he was just a stud. Like there were so many times like he won the game for them, and you know, that was just like playing against the Oilers. I can't imagine, you know, all the other times, you know, he did that I didn't even watch. So congratulations. God, I'm just stuttering today. Congratulations, Pekka Rinne, on a well-deserved career. You deserve to retire as you know, one of the best. Not one of the best ever, but definitely top 50, top 30 maybe goalie of all time. And so it'll be interesting to see if he gets into the Hall of Fame. I doubt it. You know, he's only got some medals to his name. No, but it's the Hockey Hall of Fame, not the NHL. So, you know, that is interesting. They do look at that. But yeah, so anyway, that pretty well concludes this video. The last video did pretty good, and there were some comments coming along, and I seen a lot of new people. It was getting some traction. That was sweet. I like seeing that. So yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, I already said. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna say it. Just I hate plugging it out there, but if you wanna, I'm not saying you have to, but you can. Anyway, yeah, but thank you guys. This has been awesome. I had a pretty solid week. There was, you know, as any sports fan would. There's a lot going on, and there's even some stuff I didn't even talk about, like the NBA or like Team USA getting just demolished by Nigeria and Australia. I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, so anyway, guys, yeah, that pretty well concludes this video. Let me know. I don't know why I'm saying let me know. Leave a like if you liked it, and you know, I'll try to upload a little bit more consistent. Well, you know, I'm uploading consistently, maybe more daily. I can try doing that for you guys if that's something you'd like. I can give her a go. Yeah. So without further ado, just have a great rest of your day, and yeah, stay safe and keep cold. It's nice and warm out there, so maybe go get some sun, crack a few brewskis, and yeah, just chill. Right on. Take her easy, guys. See you in the next episode. Peace.